Hey guys, welcome back to the Overall Podcast. I'm Graham.
Hey guys, I'm Cody. Thanks for tuning back in. This week's episode is going to be a little different, a little special, thanks to the NFL draft. Most of the content is about that. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, so NFL draft this weekend. I'm very passionate. I think I actually heard today the NFL draft on average and this year too gets more viewers than the NBA Finals. I don't think the Super Bowl, the World Series, and another big sporting event, which is just insane for an NFL draft. But yeah, I'm very passionate about it. I love it. I'm a big college fan, as you can see, all the Tennessee stuff. But so seeing where my guys go is interesting. However, since we have sucked for so long, so they're not as plentiful as we once knew. But my Titans, they had some good picks. Had some disappointing news regarding one of our Tennessee players, Trey Smith. I don't know if you guys are aware of him. If not, he was, I don't know. He's probably one of the best young men I've ever seen play for Tennessee, I guess. Mm-hmm. His mother died when he was coming out of high school. He's from Tennessee. Then he had blood clots that kept him out of football 2 years ago. And the fact that he was just medically cleared last year was like a miracle. He's like a blue chip 5-star number 1 recruit in the country out of high school. Mm-hmm. And All-American, all freshman, all SEC, et cetera, et cetera. Supposed to be like a top 10 pick, but somehow he slipped all the way to like the 6th round. I think the Chiefs picked him, which is just bananas. And it's all because of his health concerns, blood clots. So that's sad, but he went to a great team to, I was worried, don't go to the Jets, Right. But yeah, that was cool. I don't know. You have any Aggies that you were following with it?
I was surprised where Mond went.
I don't even know.
Number 66 to the Vikings. 3rd round. First or second pick in the 3rd round.
Whew, okay.
Yeah, Vikings took him. I'm shocked.
Me too.
Shocked completely.
I guess
I doubt that they use him as a quarterback.
Right.
I doubt they do.
At least he won't be anywhere expected to play soon behind Kirk Cousins too. So
not even close. He is a just in case quarterback because he's not good. He's not. He is decent enough. All right, obviously better than me, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about pro athletes. Is he comparable to any of the other quarterbacks in this draft? No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I'm glad you said that because I've agreed, but this is coming straight from an Aggie's mouth here. So.
Oh no, I haven't liked him in the 4 years he's been at A&M. I don't know if you guys know, but what happened in his first outing, I'm not quite sure. It was not impressive at all. It was game 1 and of the season, and we were playing Cal Berkeley in California, right? And at the time, who was it? Nick Starkel was our quarterback. His first year starting. I mean, he was a baller in high school, was ready to hit the ground running, steps up, and we are up 41 to 3, right? Well, he ends up snapping his ankle, which inevitably makes his career path what it is, and getting removed from the game. Well, Kellen Mond comes in, and we end up losing. It was the 3rd quarter.
Oh, my gosh.
And we lost. We were up 44 to I can't even tell you.
Was that was someone's last year, probably, right? Or anyway, that was with someone. I know we came up with him. Poor guy.
Let's see here. 1 second.
I don't even know who else you guys even had drafted. I know you guys had people drafted, but I just didn't.
We also had one of our best defensive ends got drafted.
Leal, was that him?
No, I don't know where Leal went. But Leon O'Neal is who you're probably thinking. Leon O'Neal Jr.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's a ball hawk. He's the next Honey Badger if he can stay out of trouble. Mm-hmm. And on the field, that is, he's a great human being, I'm assuming, but he likes to headhunt, and which in
Oh, yeah.
return usually leads to ejections. So that's what I meant by that. Just to clarify. But yeah, we had a defensive end go. His name slips me right now, but he's really, really good, which A&M breeds defenders now. I mean, what we got? The Broncos, their Super Bowl MVPs and Aggie defensive.
Von Miller.
Von Miller.
Stud.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stud. I mean, and then Myles Garrett, boss. I mean,
I hate Myles Garrett, just for the record.
I mean, the dude's a G.
He might be, well, I don't know about that. He's good. That's all I'll give him. I just don't like him.
What? How do you know? You don't need. It's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I guess because he overshadowed my boy Derek Barnett at Tennessee, because of his measurables and how he's such a freak athlete and how he did translate as a better NFL player. But in college, he was nowhere near as good as Barnett. So I guess I was just salty.
False.
That is not false. That is not false.
He was like leading in the SEC in sacks one year.
False. Derek Barnett had 30 sacks in 3 years. He's the only player in the SEC history to have more than 10 every single year. So I know he did.
Okay. Well, I just knew that he was
going to be a much better pro. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's a huge human being.
He is like built in a factory.
Yeah.
He's just incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen him in person. The dude's unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Him and Mike Evans were probably two of the biggest people, like height and just pure, like, man. Mike Evans, he shook my hand.
He's even taller than Garrett. He's like 6'6", 6'7". It's insane.
I can't even know. I don't even know. But we were man, who did A&M play? I can't recall. But saw Johnny and him walking into a bar called Hookah in College Station. I don't know if you know that, but they will. And huge Mike Evans fan. I think I was a freshman there. And I was like, holy cow. So I was like, hey man, great game. And I shook his hand, and I'm gonna say his fingertips from literally like this. I mean, his whole hand covered almost past my wrist. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, right. Are you
not
human?
a human? Yeah, exactly. This is not a human being. This is an alien.
That's
this guy
funny.
Is awesome. I mean, and then translate. Look at him.
Yeah.
Dude's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
Most won't say it. Johnny Manziel will, but he made Johnny look good a lot of the times, because when he would just chunk up those random passes that were like Hail Marys, half the time they were to Mike Evans, and it's because Mike Evans was the tallest man, fastest man on the field usually. So you ain't out jumping him and you ain't out running him. So Johnny just had to put it near him.
Height-wise, yeah, like linemen were the only guys near him, and they're not obviously guarding him. You're right, though. All right, so shifting gears here back to NFL teams, I guess. Graham is a Patriots fan, and a huge storyline for the whole league. Like Evil Bill, as a Sith Lord he is, didn't have to do anything, didn't have to trade capital, just sat and waited and got probably, if not his first choice of quarterback, aside from Trevor Lawrence, because that wasn't attainable, like second choice. But anyway, that was just a gift. And when I saw it, I knew he was getting drafted.
Yeah. So
Mac Jones.
I saw this video. It was a TikTok, and if I can find it, I'll put it in the YouTube video.
That was fun. A little anticlimactic, but still fun. Anticlimactic for us, not for these guys. Man, it sure does feel good to be the number 3 overall pick and new quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm. Rub it in.
You believed your own draft hype, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, you did. We saw you basically begging for your phone to ring at pick 3. Look how cute you are. Can you take it easy? This guy's in my division.
So, what's the problem?
I'm just saying, I've seen this story before. Patriots draft a pocket passer with 3 letters in his first name, 5 letters in his last name, wore number 10 in college, and had a really funny, unathletic photo of him come out right before the draft. Oh no.
Yeah, good point. Let's change the subject then. Justin, how's it feel to be a Bear?
Well, the Bears haven't had a good quarterback in about a century, so I'm kind of terrified. But Ohio State hasn't had any good quarterbacks either, so kind of hoping that just like cancels out, you know?
Makes sense.
Hey guys, did I get picked yet?
No.
Who are you?
Get out.
Anyway.
Yep. I mean, who knows if he'll be that good, but I think I have no reason to doubt he'll be good. And especially in that system and with Bill.
Yeah, I think he's got a better shot at actually being a quarterback than any other Alabama quarterback has ever had.
Right.
That's the way I'll put that.
And I heard a segment after he was drafted, which I guess I think about a lot, but, Saban is from the Belichick tree, who's from the Bill Parcells tree. like the two greatest coaches in their sport, Saban and Belichick. Of course, Saban was on his staff for the Cleveland Browns. You blew it. You fired him. I hate the Browns. And but it was interesting to hear this guy say, like, Bill is like somewhat of a hard coach to play for. Like, you know, how he's like, no nonsense, etc. But it works. So players just buy in.
Yeah.
And Mac was like, I already know how that is. Nick is the exact same way. So,
see, here's the thing. The players that go into a system like that, I'm just going to go on a tangent here for a second. The players that go into a system going, oh, this coach sucks to play for because he doesn't want us goofing around. Are you in the NFL to be rich and some cool effer that posts on social media? Or are you in the NFL to win championships? Because the last time I played sports, it was to win games. The last time I wanted to go further in sports, it was to win championships. And it seems like these days, the only thing that NFL players care about is grabbing the bag of cash they can get and looking at like a badass on TV, which frankly, nobody gives a shit about. I promise you, we care nothing about what you do anywhere else besides if you can catch a football, throw a football, do anything on the football field. If you're a badass on the football field, I will give you respect. If you are a badass in the streets, I could care less. That's my tangent. If you're going to go play for a team, want to win championships, not flaunt your cash.
I agree. And for anyone out there who's calling us, old man yelling at the sky, but if you win championships, your market value, you make more money. Like, it's a win-win. You'll still get the bag, as the young folks call it. But if you win championships and win more, like, that's why it's so hard to win, have a dynasty. Like the Patriots did it with basically Brady and most other revolving parts because they can't afford them. You win 5 Super Bowls. Every single player's market value just went up.
Exactly. And so what did Tom Brady do every single year? Take a pay cut, get the team behind him that they did. And, I saw this video the other day about Tom Brady, how he he had superstar athletes all around him. And it's like, okay, let's just give him the argument. He had superstar athletes all around him. Do you know why they had superstar athletes all around him? Because Tom Brady was there. The sinner came because of Tom Brady. Gronkowski came back because of Tom Brady. Mike Evans was a great player before Tom Brady got there, but was Mike Evans utilized the way he probably should have been prior to that?
True.
No. What did Tom Brady do? Utilize Mike Evans the way he was supposed to be utilized, and look what happened. It wasn't that he just adapted this team that was doing 16-0 every season, and then he ended up winning a Super Bowl with them. He adapted a subpar team that barely made it through the season every year with great athletes, and then took him to a Super Bowl his first year there.
Yep. Antonio Brown, speaking of which, in Tampa, only because of Brady.
Only because of Brady, AB came.
Yep. And again, he might not have been the biggest factor, but you still got to, you got to, anyway, he's a factor is all I'll say.
The only reason half that team went to that team the year Brady got there was because they knew Brady was going. Mm-hmm. And I've always said this about Brady. Brady, he had his flaws as a QB, but what he does better than, Peyton Manning does, what he does better than Staubach, or you name a great, what he does better than is develop players. No quarterback can take a wide receiver who is a nobody or who is barely over 5 foot tall, can put them on there and make them all-stars, make them some of the best wide receivers that have ever seen the football field. And it's because Tom Brady can develop players. It's just who he is. He is coachable and a great coach. So people buy into him. People buy into the program that he's about because they're like, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy knows what he is doing here. I'm going to listen to him.
I won't die on the hill defending that too much, but I would just say that him and Peyton are the same on that aspect. Just, living in Colorado, I don't like the Broncos. I actually dislike them, but Peyton was here, so you root for him. I love Peyton. But yeah, like Brandon Stokely, wide receiver. He got Welker after Brady and just kept it going. And
was Welker anybody before Brady?
fair enough. But with anybody else, because he came to Tennessee.
Was Julian Edelman anybody?
Well, Welker went to Tennessee after all that, and he was hot garbage. So my point is, at least both of them kind of bring out the best. And then, there's stories. He got free agents to sign for cheap out of the woodwork. I'd say they're both on that level. Brady, I'm not sitting here saying Brady's not the GOAT. I am, but I'm just, I don't know. That's interesting. I think Mac Jones will do well.
I do.
Jared Stidham is the other quarterback, I think, unless they cut him.
Yeah, I think he still is.
I don't care. Whoever, anyway, I think it's Mac's job day one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know who else they have, but I figured you'd be happy. I would be thrilled just because he's got, I heard this on the, like a draft scout, and I agree. He's got probably the lowest ceiling of any of those guys drafted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Fields, Wilson, Lawrence, God, the other ones escape me. That might just be it. I'm missing one. But anyway.
You're missing the white dude from BYU, right?
Wilson, and I got Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
And then I got Fields. I guess it's just the four then. Okay. So anyway, he's got the lowest ceiling, and that's not a negative. Let's just assume every single one of these quarterbacks play to every single highest low chance draft scout. Yeah, he may not be a Hall of Famer, and the other three are, or whatever. But his floor is way higher than any of the other, except for Lawrence, I'd say. But at any rate, he's a very safe pick in the sense, like, I don't think he'll fail or bust or whatever. He may not be great and amazing and Brady-like, but I think he's going to be solid. At least.
I can see him following in the footsteps of such as like Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, and he's a Hall of Famer. Like,
exactly.
You kidding me?
Yeah,
I mean, anything close to that is fine.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Ryan, these people who were great. Who may never,
they're not thought of, right? But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I think he has the opportunity to become a staple point in football and ride the Patriots for the next 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
I think he has that opportunity. I think he would be a great fit for Belichick's system. I think he'd be a great fit for the Patriots. I think it'll be a nice refresher. I actually had a lot of hope in Cam Newton last year. I like Cam. I thought the man was on a mission, and I thought he was here to prove a lot of people wrong. And I was 100% behind him. I was 100% supportive of him being a Patriots quarterback. And then he himself said it. He bit too much off than he could, chew. So he admitted it himself that he wasn't ready for this season, that he overhyped himself pretty much. And I think he has an opportunity to redeem himself. I know he is coming back.
I wonder where. I don't even know.
So I think
he's probably still free agent, I'd bet. I think June 1st, maybe not the date, but sometime in early June, the salary cap rolls over for the next calendar football year. So that's when you're going to see some trades and et cetera. Speaking of which, Aaron Rodgers on draft day, that bombshell, my God. Just, I don't know who leaked that, but Rodgers has said, like, he is retiring, maybe, if the Packers don't trade him. He will not be a Packer next year.
No.
And I believe him. He's so quiet, doesn't have social media. Why else would he let that info out there if he was dead serious, right?
Yeah.
Like, he has no other resources. He is not playing for them. I don't blame him, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
He has trash offensive weapons, and he has for years. And what do they do with their first round pick? They draft a defensive player. Of course, just draft a wide receiver. It doesn't matter. Just make your star quarterback happy. Now they're peddling to him. Oh, we don't want Aaron to go anywhere, even though we drafted the quarterback in the first round last year. Like, wait, what? He was MVP this year, and you drafted a quarterback in the first round last year, and you didn't let him know. He did not find out until ESPN leaked it. It's insane. Sorry, that was my TED Talk. Aaron Rodgers is a treasure.
He can do some damage wherever he goes. So Green Bay better hope that he doesn't go inside their division.
Wherever he goes, I don't care. Short of the Jets, which he won't go there, obviously. They're a Super Bowl contender. Like top 3 to 4 in the conference. I don't give a crap. I don't care where he's at. So,
all right. San Fran.
Yes, they're in the Super Bowl. They were in the Super Bowl a few years ago with Jimmy. You think Aaron had taken him? Oh, yeah.
People thought that the Patriots might hold out for Jimmy Garoppolo to come back. I mean, he developed him. Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah.
I think if Mac Jones, because I don't think they were expecting Mac Jones or any of the
To last that
quarterbacks to
long.
fall out of the 10. Yeah, I think that changed everything. And that's why the trade didn't happen, because they were like, let's just see if one of these guys falls to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jimmy's out, I'd say. Oh, wait, no. Well, he's out, but they drafted the number 3 overall pick, the kid from South Dakota State.
Right.
I can't remember.
You're right.
I mean, maybe that would be traded to the Packers in theory. Who knows? But yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, man, you know where I'd love to see him, but it won't happen until he retires? I would love to see Aaron Rodgers chilling on the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle.
I think he could be a really cool fit in Seattle's program. He would operate it. I think he would operate it differently, obviously, than Russell Wilson does. Russell Wilson's more of an active QB.
Mhm.
But I think that the guns and the weapons that Seattle has, I mean, look, here's the thing. Seattle's going to guarantee you 8 wins every season.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, you are not going to get a 50-50 season out of that team. They're good enough to not. And they usually provide. And that's why I think everybody still has their job there. I mean, it's because, okay, we may not be winning Super Bowls or championships, but we produce every season for our fans to love us.
Yep.
Good enough.
That'd be interesting. And I want that to happen as a fan, because then who gets Russell, right? Like, I love that kind of stuff.
Russell ain't leaving that team till he retires. Dude.
No, he's not. Yeah.
Nope.
And that's the thing. They're the same age. So
yeah, a lot of QBs will find a home like in their final season. He won't.
Yeah.
He will die. He will die a Seattle Seahawk before he retires anywhere else.
Yeah, it's cool stuff, man. Last Aaron Rodgers bit, he said his top 3 was the Niners, Raiders, and the Broncos, believe it or not. I don't know what it's up about the Broncos exactly. I mean, they're not like, their quarterback is horrible. I mean, and if any Broncos fans out there are mad about that, I mean, just look at the stats. He had the absolute worst passer and completion rating in every other metric. But I guess they have talent. But if I'm him, say he's from Northern California, that'd be sick. And then who doesn't want to play in Vegas? My God.
Right? Yeah. Right.
Oh man.
That stadium's gonna be awesome.
I'm going next week. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna take a look. I bet it's
You're going to Vegas next week?
Yeah.
Nice. We're gonna go there for my bachelor party.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know we're staying in Trump Tower, Trump International.
Triggered.
But yeah, Vegas is gonna be a good time too. I'm excited.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. I've never been, so I'll let you know if everything's open, etc. When are you looking at going?
I don't know. That's not up to me. That's up to my the guy planning my bachelor party. Yeah. I know. I'm excited though. Whenever we go, I've been once before when I was like 14. My uncles live there, so I've seen it before. So I'm excited though to go actually experience Vegas.
Yeah, right. Especially bachelor party, all out.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
All right, so Titans recap on their draft picks. Got a list here, just double check like I remember their name, because I remember like, oh yeah, that linebacker from Georgia, but just wanted to double check. Our first round pick, Caleb Farley, cornerback, Virginia Tech. I saw him in a lot of draft boards, like anywhere from mid-first to like mid-second. I think he's currently just had a knee operation in March, so another injury thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, looking at y'all's draft card, it looks like, is your defense struggling?
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Then.
A lot of people thought we should have went edge rusher because our pass rush, we were last in the NFL in sacks last year.
Wow.
It was horrendous. And that's after signing Clowney, who basically did nothing. But
well, I mean, he's done nothing since that game against South Carolina or against Michigan, right? Was it Michigan?
Yeah, it was on Denard Robinson, the Heisman that year, on the last NCAA video game cover guy. Yeah, popped his helmet off. Iconic. Yeah.
Only thing he ever did.
I mean, and our head coach was the linebackers coach, which in a 3-4, he was, quote, a linebacker, but he's just a standing up edge rusher, right?
Yeah.
And he was his position coach and knew like all this stuff and still signed him. And it didn't work out, of course. So, but I'll defend the Titans. Like my buddy was texting me, like, we need edge rushers and we take this like injury prone corner. And it's like, all right, man. Like, first off, you got to look at who's available. Like, there was 2 decent edge rushers in the first round. Both were drafted. I'll take that back. I think the one we wanted, who I'd heard, both guys are from Miami, but Phillips first. He was drafted first. Then we could have gotten Rousseau, the other edge rusher, but we didn't. And I'm okay with that. My point is, like, an average quality edge rusher, those dudes, I don't want to be disrespectful, grow on trees. Like Joey Bosa and Nick Bosa and Chase Young, like those elite guys. Yeah, they're great and they are rare, but they're also, if you just heard me, every single one of those dudes were drafted in a separate year in the last 5 years. Like, the edge rushers are available. Like, don't overdraft because you need a pass rush for some guy who's going to be an average player, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. So do you like this Rashad Weaver guy?
Yeah, I've actually looked at him, believe it or not. I'm a big geek when it comes to draft. So I thought he was going to get drafted much higher. So I guess you could say it was like a bargain pick. I think he's good enough. Again, like, I don't think he's going to light anybody on fire, but like, yeah. I don't think anybody in the first round should have. So,
I let the cat out. I'm sorry.
You're good. Anyway, Farley, I'll say this. Our cornerbacks are awful. We cut Butler 2 years ago. No, I'm sorry. Cut Ryan 2 years ago. Butler and Jackson are 2 starting corners we cut this year. So basically, we had Fulton, second rounder, and that's pretty much it. So, I mean, all I'm saying is I don't have high hopes that Farley will stay healthy a lot, but the dude is very fast, plays man-to-man, and that's what we need, our pass, especially with a poor pass rush. Like, you need better corners. Anyway, my favorite pick of ours, as you can tell, we also got another cornerback in the fourth round.
Third round.
We're so bad. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's the 4th pick. Dylan Reduns from North Dakota State is a guy that I've kind of had like a little draft crush on, I guess. I don't know how to say that, but
Reduns is an offensive tackle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's North Dakota State, so kind of like small school, but 6'8". I mean, just a monster. And then again, I know he's blocking less talented individuals, but I don't know. Like, he's dominating it. I like the pick is what I'm trying to say. And he blocked for that number 3 overall pick quarterback. So if he's deflated because of his talent, why not the quarterback go 3rd overall? Just stay consistent with the hate there. So yeah. I like it. We needed one. Again, our first round pick a year ago was a right tackle. The infamous Isaiah Wilson from Georgia, who's now out of the NFL already after a year.
To him?
Just immaturity, no dedication, like didn't show up to mini camps, I think he got a DUI. Don't quote me on that, but at least some legal trouble with like getting pulled over. Had a big, huge COVID party or something that violated league regulations. He was just ridiculous, man. Like, I don't know. And then we traded him for like a 4th round pick in the offseason to the Dolphins. Get this. He didn't even show up to do their mandatory like workout to make sure whatever, like, which is league requirement. He didn't even show up and got cut 2 days later. Like, just bananas. So we needed a tackle. So I think he'll do fine, and he can't do any worse than that guy.
What was that guy's name?
Isaiah Wilson. Yeah. It's sad, honestly. I'm sure in a couple of years he'll regret everything he just did.
Isaiah Wilson. Okay. Where you go to Georgia?
Georgia. Talent-wise is there, man. I promise. It's just his mental. Sad.
2 years old. So he never even graduated.
Well, most don't. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is so now you completely ruined your only job.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Now you have no income.
Yep.
Now you have nothing to fall back on.
He was posting Twitter videos or TikToks or whatever of like him blowing, like with cash, like bragging on that he's blowing money with like women and in his cars and drinks and all this, like, because he got a pretty fat signing bonus for being a 1st round pick, ballpark. Yeah. I'd say he got 10 million guaranteed. I don't know. I would bet most, if not all, is already gone. So yeah, you're right. 2 years when he's like trying to be a car salesman somewhere in Athens, Georgia, because that's the only place he can get a job because he played for them. He's going to be like, man, I messed up. I really want to go back. And maybe he'll get a shot. Hopefully he does. But
so he was guaranteed, he had a signing bonus of $6 million and was guaranteed $11 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet the signing bonus is well gone.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not going to say for sure because I don't remember the detail, but I'm pretty sure he put a video that said he did spend it or something like that. Again, hearsay, but anyway, moral of the story, he probably blew it based on character judgments. So, yeah, I don't know. Good draft, I guess. Nothing flashy, but Titans don't need flashy. We just need to have a defense. I mean, I think we were we were literally the worst defensive red zone efficiency team all of last year, and I believe the year before too. Yeah, it was our pass defense was horrible. No pass rush and no talent corners. Yeah, it was miserable. So we made it to the AFC title game. Yeah, and we're close. So literally nothing flashy. Just get warm bodies in there to sack the quarterback every now and then, and we'll be fine. So
yeah, all it takes a little effort.
Yep.
What do you think about this Des Fitzpatrick guy? You think he'll start out of Louisville?
I'm going to say yes, because a lot of people wanted us to take a receiver. And again, I think it's more of a value thing. I think the draft had really great receivers, but you saw them all drafted. Smith and Marshall, I guess, if he'd have been there in the second round, maybe.
Dude, they even got Waddle. Waddle was even drafted.
Yeah. And then so like the talent gap for in my opinion, and obviously teams, was like those guys, and then mid-second round, which is where the next kind of group went. Elijah Moore at Ole Miss, I think, did go early second. And people wanted to reunite him and AJ Brown, our other Ole Miss receiver, who's a star now. But I didn't want a receiver there. I don't think anybody was worth it. But I think he'll start because our receivers room is, kind of lacking, to be honest. Our number 2, who's a stud, we had to let him walk this year. I think he went to Baltimore. No, the Jets.
Oh, wow.
Jets. Yeah. He was like a number 5 overall pick for us. He was really good. Didn't have a great career until, of course, Tannehill got there because he didn't have a great quarterback. And he was great. But the thing is, like, his kind of money and his talent level, and he's prototypical, was like wide receiver 1 money, like $15-14 million a year. And it's like, yeah, but you're going to be our number 2, right? Like you already know AJ Brown on the other side's our number 1, and we're getting to pay him pennies. So yeah, I knew that was coming, but I think he'll start in the slot. If I had to guess.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. I will say this. In the nicest way possible, Alabama got lucky last year because Waddle got hurt, Well, he got hurt the game after us. If he did not play against us, he had 2 giant catches that put them ahead of us. If he did not play,
that's true,
we win that game. We would have won that game. It would have been hands down. The way we were playing that game was phenomenal. They're Najee Harris, right?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't get a freaking yard. Our defense, I think he had literally at one point only 2 rushing yards. And we were already halfway through that first half.
I think I remember that, but last year's been such a blur.
We destroyed them, but he had 2 amazing breakout catches that does to A&M. That's what we're known for, is letting people have big plays on us. And you cut those out, A&M beats them.
That's sad. Just 3 plays.
I think A&M beats them this year.
I was about to say, so how do you feel this year? You're both losing quarterbacks, but again, as we're
gaining quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. You're lost by was it addition by subtraction, as the old saying
exactly.
Goes? Yeah,
exactly. Hayes King's going to be good for us.
I don't even. Oh no, Alabama's got that kid Bryce Young. That's right.
Yeah,
that'll be good. Good game. We'll see.
Yeah, it will be a good game. I'm excited. I think we actually have a team. This is Jimbo's first year with full team at Jimbo. So all the
year 4.
This is year 5.
Gotcha.
So all the Sumlin picks are gone. They're all graduated and out. So maybe a straggler here or 2 that are in their 5th year, but
20-year senior.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. But I'm excited for this season. But I did want to say one thing about this. I saw this video of what is his name? Zach. Is it Zach Wilson?
Is that the quarterback?
The BYU? Kid from BYU's quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. He was taking pictures with number 1 and number 2 or number 3, right? He was number 2, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, and let me double check. I just Zach Wilson, and then so it was Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and Kyle Pitts, and maybe even Jamar Chase, all taking a picture together, like, or in a video with each other after the draft. And like, I don't know how to do this I just need to show you the video. It's hilarious because he's standing in front of these dudes who are just chilling. They're all cool, fresh out, and excited and whatnot. And Zach Wilson's just standing there like, your typical white guy. And he's like, what's going on here? And like being like super, super awkward. It is hilarious. I'll put the video. I'll try to find the clip and put it in the video so y'all can see it. It is great. And I just think what a great way to start off your NFL career. I think it's going to be funny. Just becoming a meme is the best way to start a career.
That I have not seen it, full disclosure, but the way you described it, you remember that meme where it's like kids on a playground walking up to a camera and like whatever the hell that is.
Dapping?
Yeah. And it was like 3 black kids. And then the last guy is some white kid. And he's like real awkward. And like, I don't know the name of that meme. That just reminded me that's Zach Wilson.
Oh, Lord.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, that's Zach Wilson. I gotta find that clip. I'll send it to you after we're done recording. It's hilarious.
I didn't like Zach for the longest time, and I figured out why. All right. It's because his headband with the giant Jordan symbol. Like if he would have not had a brand on there, it would have looked less toolish to me. And I know I'm not hating on the Jordan brand. I'm just saying, like, it just looked like, oh my God, this guy was trying too hard. Yeah, but it's not his fault. It's probably just the free stuff he gets. He's all right. Whatever. I
mean, I've seen it's like those guys who are like one here, 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 2 on the leg. It's like that's doing nothing for you. Add 6 horsepower, bro. You don't know.
They're called sweatbands, bro. Like,
are
you sweating that much? Maybe you should see a doctor.
Yeah. Well, and then they'll even wear them like over sleeves and stuff. And I'm just like,
they got to get that sweat from, caused by the sweatband, I guess. Yeah.
It's just,
old man yells at the sky. Sorry.
Yeah, cringe, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning into this week's special episode where we talked about the draft and a little bit of NFL football and college football. We hope you guys enjoyed just something a little bit different.
And I just wanted to remind you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below and follow all of our socials. Thanks, and hope you guys come back next week.